Hey, hi. Hootie and the Blowfish says watch the Kids News Network.
Yeah.
Every day.
All the time.
Like it was your job.
Well, Kids News isn't on every day, but we are on every Saturday, so be sure to watch. Hi, I'm Dana Kroll.
And I'm Caitlin Hay. We're reporting live from the Ohio State Fair this morning, and we have lots of cool things planned for today's show. Right, Dana?
That's right, Caitlin. We're going to check out the coolest rides on the Midway, a great new wildlife exhibit, and some of the 4-H competitions, and maybe I'll even try to milk a cow.
That should be interesting. So stick around, because it's all coming up next on the 10 TV's Kids News Network.
On air in 15.
Not ready yet.
1, 2, 3, 4.
From your 24-hour news source, this is 10 TV Kids News Network.
Hello, I'm Julia Setta. And I'm Erin Hazlett. This is the 10 TV Kids News Network. Today, we'll take you behind the scenes of Tecumseh as KNN reporter Kristen Young takes part in this live-action outdoor drama. Plus, we'll find out how to make my favorite snack food, ice cream. And Jesse's got the sports news.
We've got boxing highlights from the fair, and we'll check on the Cabo World Series taking place in Dublin.
They are one of the hottest bands around, and they were in town this week. We're talking about Hootie and the Blowfish. The South Carolina group was in town to play Polaris, and KNN reporter Monica Stone caught up with them.
They've been playing along the southeastern seashore for years, and now they've become a big hit. In fact, Hootie and the Blowfish are so big that they're here at Dick Clark's American Bandstand restaurant, signing autographs and donating a guitar. When they're not playing music or hanging out with their fans, the band can usually be found on the golf course. Truthfully, what do you guys like more, playing your music or playing golf, and why?
Ooh, I like playing golf a lot, but I like playing music
A lot more.
a lot more because we had to pay to play golf. We get paid to play music.
Yeah, there you go. Because we play music, we get to play golf because we can afford it. But no, music was always first. Golf was just something we did to, in our time off, and still is. Music's what we do for fun and to make ourselves happy.
Where do you get your ideas for all your songs?
Well, the last record was all from real life. This record's going to be, I'm going to call you up and ask you what I should write songs about that. I should write songs about that. How's that?
Promise?
Okay, that's a deal.
It's been a long day on tour for Hootie and the Blowfish, and their success has been great, but not as sweet as the music they played at Polaris. Reporting for the Kids News Network, I'm Monica Stone. Let's take a listen.
Blowfish fans didn't have to worry about rain during Monday's concert, but it did rain later, and it seems like it's rained a whole lot this summer. But why? Let's ask meteorologist Tom Soros.
Boy, guys, have we ever had a whole lot of rain lately. In the month of July, we picked up nearly 7 inches of rain. That's better than 2.5 inches above normal just for the month of July. Already in August, we picked up better than 5.5 inches of rain, and this is only week number 2. How much more rain will we get? The next 10 days will probably hold above normal precipitation and above normal temperatures as summer continues in Ohio.
Well, the rain hasn't stalled any of the fun at the Ohio State Fair so far. The fair started last week and will continue until next weekend. KNN reporters Dana Kroll and Caitlin Hay are at the fairgrounds this morning. Let's see what they're up to.
Thanks, guys. Well, it's a pretty nice day so far. Thank goodness it's not raining anymore. There's already a pretty good crowd here. Now, we're standing in front of the Gilligan building, which is where all the cattle are kept during the fair.
Of course, the livestock judging is a big part of the state fair. Kids in 4-H and FFA spend all year getting their horses, cows, pigs, chickens, and other animals ready to compete in the livestock judging. But I bet most of the kids who come to the fair are more interested in the midway.
Oh, yeah, it's always fun to check out those rides, and that's exactly what KNN reporter Irina Skolnikova did.
The Ohio State Fair has a lot of attractions for kids. A lot of them are right here in the midway. Let's take a look. The Midway this year has about 70 rides to keep you entertained. Everything from the ejection seat to the kamikaze. No matter what kind of thrill you're seeking, it's probably here. You might remember the ejection seat. Well, it's back, and it looks really scary. Why are you riding this ride?
I think it's going to be great to just be thrilling to get thrown up there.
My brother just kind of dared me to do it. Are you nervous at all? Kinda. This reverse bungee ride shoots riders 170 feet into the air at a speed of 70 miles an hour.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How was the ride?
It was great. I didn't expect it. I didn't know when they were launched off, but then all of a sudden, like, yes, it was awesome.
It was worth the money. That was the coolest thing I've ever been on in my whole life. So you're asking yourself, how much does it cost for all this fun? Well, an all-day ride pass for all the rides in the Midway, except for the ejection seat, will cost $11. And with 70 rides, you can keep busy. The kamikaze will turn you upside down and backwards. Amusement of America is in charge of all the rides. This portable roller coaster is the largest in the world. And what are the kids' favorite rides?
I like the roller coaster because it's fun and it's long and it's exciting.
The kamikaze, because when you're up in the air and you just get stuck, it's like that you're going to die, but you're not afraid of it.
Favorite ride is the kamikaze because I like going upside down.
So if you're heading out to the fair and looking fun in the Midway, you won't be disappointed. Reporting for Kids News Network, I'm Marina Shkolikova.
The kamikaze looks pretty brutal. I'm not sure I'd ride on it.
Yeah, me neither. Well, if you can't stomach those rides, there's plenty of other stuff to do here at the fair, like trying to milk a cow. I'm going to try it right now. I don't know how it's going to go. Let's try it. Okay, what am I going to do here?
Okay, what you want to do is just take one hand, kind of squeeze off the top, and then bring your other hands down and squeeze the rest of pull down.
Oh, cool. Hey. All right. Cool.
Dana's been practicing all morning, but I don't think he'd make a very good farmer.
Yeah, I'm a city boy.
Anyone who comes to the state fair can try to milk a cow. Maybe you'll do a better job than Dana.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too hard. Well, it's not so bad once you get the hang of it. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to check out a wildlife exhibit that features animals of Ohio. But right now, let's head back to the KNN studio.
You probably know kids that smoke. Well, it could be a lot harder for them to buy cigarettes. That's if President Clinton gets his way. He ordered a government crackdown on teen smoking, including a ban on vending machine sales and elimination of tobacco advertising at sports events. The president also wants to stop tobacco advertising near schools and playgrounds and to require proof of age to purchase cigarettes. The tobacco industry vows to fight the president's plan, but statistics show that every day 3,000 more kids become regular smokers, and almost 1,000 of those will die prematurely because of smoking. What do you think? Should the government make it harder for kids to buy cigarettes? That's our KNN Kids Line question this week. Call us at 1-800-KNN-KIDS and let us know. We'll have the results next week on KNN.
Kids in Ohio are lucky to live in an area that's rich in Native American history. The battles that took place less than 200 years ago between the white settlers and the Native American Indians are relived in the outdoor drama Tecumseh. To find out more about it, we sent KNN reporter Kristen Young behind the scenes.
Putting on a production as big as Tecumseh takes a cast of 64 actors. But tonight, there'll be 65. That's right. Tonight, I'm going to be in the show. The play Tecumseh tells the story of a Shawnee warrior and his struggle to keep the white man from taking away the Indians' homeland. Set in the early 1800s, it talks about what happened to the Shawnee Indians in Ohio. All the actors in the play enjoy the production, but for Gregory Hunt, there's a special reason he liked it. What's your favorite part about being in Tecumseh?
Seeing Native American things being kept alive, our people's storytelling is a way of life for us to keep our history going, and I think Tecumseh is a main storytelling thing for this area.
So what is my role in the production? Play director Brett Gibbs has chosen one of his favorite scenes.
My favorite scene would have to be 1/6, the one that you're going to do, the prisoner exchange, which then erupts into an ambush, and Chicksika, Tecumseh's brother, is killed, and they carry him off doing the wolf chant.
The first step is to get me looking less like a 90s kid and more like an 1800s Indian. Tecumseh has a full costume shop for over 60 actors, but nobody my size. After a few adjustments, my new Indian costume was ready. And to finish the transformation, a little makeup is applied. I'm not the only kid in Tecumseh. Ashley Jackson plays an Indian girl.
I really enjoy it. It's like just doing some. It seems now like it's just a part of my life.
About an hour before the show, the cast and crew meet together to talk about the night's performance. This part I better pay attention to.
I need to announce that Miss Kristen Young from Channel 10's Kids News Network will be with us in the show. Kristen?
After everyone is seated, the show begins. My character appears in 3 scenes, including the prisoner swap. In this scene, I am in a group of Indians getting ready to trade prisoners. Luckily, the veteran actors show me what to do. It's a cool experience to be part of Tecumseh. I made a lot of new friends and had a ton of fun. With the help of the other actors, I was able to be a part of this large outdoor drama. Reporting for the Kids News Network, I'm Kristen Young.
If you want to catch Tecumseh in person, there are about 3 weeks left for this season. A few weeks ago, KNN told you about a bicycle helmet law in Oregon. Well, this week, Houston, Texas became the latest and largest city to pass an ordinance that says bicycle riders under 18 must wear a helmet or face a $50 fine. And kids didn't have to worry about wearing a helmet at this event. More than 3,000 sets of twin brothers and sisters came together to meet other twins at the annual Twin Festival in Twinsburg, Ohio. The event is in the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest gathering of twins in the world. And this baby may not be a twin, but she's definitely a big one. The baby giraffe named Kimba was born in South Florida's Metro Zoo. She weighed 169 pounds and is 6 feet tall. And that's news from around the world.
Bears and butterflies at the fair? We'll find out what that's all about coming up next.
And our roving reporter hotline is now open, so you can call in your story ideas. The number is 821-1010.
Early morning. The water warriors are wasting lots of water.
It's Drip Tracer!
You make me wanna turn the water down. Don't let it run. Turn the water down. Everybody! Save it.
I was a water whopper, but now I save it! Say you will turn the water down. Say you will, don't let it run. Say you will turn the water down. Everybody! Save it! Thank you very much.
When it comes to news, some stories require a perspective you can only get from the air.
Take a look at these pictures from Skycam. Plumes of black smoke are billowing up through the air.
It's busy, but pretty much 55 on our inbound freeways, and we got a report of a stall over westbound 10470.
From the latest breaking news to rush hour traffic tie-ups, turn to Skycam and Skycam Traffic. 2 more reasons 10 TV is the source for news.
A public service message from 10 TV.
We've been checking you, kid. When you flexed, you flexed. We've been kicking some knowledge. That's why we're only cutting you in. Make a couple of runs for us, strike a little gold. No time you be talking for yourself. That's why we're only cutting you in. We don't want no dumb bammers, man. The rest of these fools don't know what time it is. That's why we're only cutting you in. Been checking you, kid. You flexed, you flexed. That's why we're only cutting you in.
Grateful Dead fans all over the world are mourning the death of lead guitarist Jerry Garcia. He suffered a heart attack while at a drug treatment rehab center in California. Garcia had been the spiritual leader of the Grateful Dead for more than 30 years. Fans, known as Deadheads, travel cross-country to follow the band when they're on tour. No word on whether the band will stay together. The legend, Jerry Garcia, will probably be remembered for his contribution to rock and roll at the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The 6-story, $92 million complex opens Labor Day weekend in Cleveland. It will hold a theater and museum of all the history of rock and roll you will ever want to know. And Kids News will be there for the grand opening weekend to show you its collection of things from some of the rock's hottest stars.
If you're into country music, John Michael Montgomery is performing at the Celeste Center tonight at the Ohio State Fair. His concert starts at 7 p.m. Now let's check in with Dana and Caitlin to see what kind of entertainment they've found.
As we mentioned earlier, there's a lot to do here at the Ohio State Fair. If you like horses, there are competitions going on all the time at the Coliseum right behind me. And livestock competitions are scheduled throughout the rest of the fair.
The fair will be running until August 20th. That's next Sunday. And you can pick up one of these programs just inside the gate. They have listings of all the competitions, displays, entertainment, and attractions here at the Ohio State Fair. Since it's a little different every day, it's a good idea to look and see when stuff's happening so you won't miss out on anything.
Now, one of the attractions that you can check out anytime is the Ohio Department of Natural Resources area. They've built a new exhibit area this year, and KNN reporter Emily Hawkins has a preview.
Pigs and horses aren't the only thing you'll see at the fair this year. A new exhibit features animals as big as a bear and as small as a butterfly. The Ohio Division of Natural Resources started creating this 8-acre nature exhibit in October. And the animals you find here come from all across the state. What is new this year?
Well, Emily, probably the newest thing would be the new wetlands area, which is immediately behind us, and then the butterfly house, which is just up and around the corner. Those two new additions seem to be attracting a lot of attention.
We asked kids what animals they like best. The beaver. What have you learned about animals in Ohio?
I learned that beavers eat wood. I never knew that they ate wood like that, and the turkey buzzards are very ugly.
You can step into the wetlands and see turtles and cute baby ducks from Athens County. Also tucked around the corner is a fox, bobcat, trapper's cabin, and a beaver dam. So while you're at the fair, don't forget to take a glimpse of the nature in Ohio. Reporting for Kids News Network, I'm Emily Hawkins.
Now, there's also an amphitheater in the ODNR section at 11:30, 3:30, and 7 o'clock. You can check out the Hank Peters Lumberjack Show.
And there's even a place where kids can fish for free. If you catch a catfish, you can either throw it back in the pond or keep it for yourself.
Well, I think I would throw mine back if I caught one.
Me
but
too.
Hey, yeah, well, you need to stick around because Jesse Brooks is coming up with all the highlights of the Cabell World Series in Dublin.
You don't have to play it to report it, but it helps. Gleason, Taveri, Crawford, the 10 TV sports team. Because it's never just a game.
A public service message from 10 TV.
I have perfected the bicycle.
This bike's missing one part. This bike is still missing one part.
Professor?
This is the only part the bike is missing. It's a bicycle helmet. We always wear helmets when we ride. If you're not wearing a helmet, you're not ready to ride.
It's time to catch up on all the sports action. Jesse Brooks has a scoop from the KNN Sports Desk. Jesse?
Probably the kind of competition that you'd find only at the fair. KNN reporter Carrie Charles explains.
The state fair is really about farming and agriculture, so some kids are putting their skills to the test in the 4-H tractor event. 4-Hers must be at least 14 years old to compete in this event. The competition actually consists of 2 parts. First, the contestants must take a written test. They are judged on how well they can identify the parts of a tractor. Second is the fun part. This is where they hit the track and test their driving skills. The most difficult part of the competition is bagging up. It's pretty tricky to maneuver a tractor backwards. Tractor safety is a key part of this competition. Drivers must demonstrate that they can operate their tractor safely. How important is safety?
Very, because you get killed. I've seen lots of accidents happen, so that's just, you got to be careful.
The winners from this competition will go on to the Nationals at Purdue University. Reporting for the Kids News Network, I'm Carrie Charles.
There was also an invitational boxing tournament going on at the fair this week. Young boxers traveled from as far away as Hawaii and Canada to take part in the event. The semifinal bouts were held on Thursday, and KNN was there to capture some of the action. In the senior division for 15 and 16-year-olds, Keith Coles of Columbus, wearing the red glove, battled it out with Shane Jackson of Knoxville, Tennessee. Keith lost the bout. In the junior division for 11 and 12-year-olds, it was Ryan Nelson of Mount Blanche, Ohio in the red glove, taking on Tyrone Dixon of Detroit, Michigan. Tyrone won that matchup. Congratulations to all the winners in the boxing tournament. The Cabell World Series for the 14 and under age division continued this week in Dublin. We caught up with a unique team of 12 and 13-year-olds from the island of Guam. They must really love baseball because they traveled about 17 hours to get here. Besides playing in the tournament, they've been doing lots of other fun stuff.
We've been swimming, we've been having fun. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves. We've been going shopping. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves here.
We also caught up with a team from Hawaii. They're not exactly sure what to think of Ohio's weather.
We came here a week early before the tournament, and it was hot. And then when we started the tournament, it rained, so I don't know how I feel about it. It's hot and rainy.
Because of all the rain this week, some games were canceled. So the tournament will continue through Sunday night and Monday afternoon. There are 4 local teams in the World Series: the Lancaster Cyclones, the Grove City Hurricanes, Dublin White, and the Dublin Green. The Dublin Green team is the only one that advanced to the winner's bracket, but the Lancaster Cyclones did beat the defending champions from California. Students who want to play sports need to maintain a 2.0 GPA, but the Columbus School Board may lower that to a 1.0. So last week, our Kids Line question was, should the required GPA be lowered to 1.0 for students to be eligible to play sports? Lots of kids called in to the KNN Kids Line, and most of you said no. The Columbus School Board will vote whether to lower the required GPA or not at their next meeting next week. The World Series is going on right now in Colorado. Not the real World Series, but a very unique one. There are 14 teams of blind athletes taking part in this event. The way they play is they use a beeping softball, and when they hit it, they run to one of the 2 bases. The game began in Colorado and has really taken off. That will wrap up things from the KNN Sports Desk. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Jesse. Well, do you know how they make ice cream? Stick around because we'll pull you off that story next time.
Early morning. The water lovers are wasting lots of water.
It's Drip Tracer.
Yo, make me wanna turn the water down. Don't let it run. Turn the water down. Everybody, save it.
I was a water whopper, but now I save it. Say you will turn the water down. Say you will, don't let it run. Say you will turn the water down. Everybody, save it. Thank you very much.
These days, everyone's looking for wholesome family entertainment, and what better place to find it than the Great Ohio State Fair? 17 days filled with fun for the whole family. And 10 TV is making a great deal even better with 10 TV Family Value Day. This Monday, kids under 12 get in free, and you adults can feel like kids again because you can get into the fair at the half-price children's rate. Get your fair share of fun at a great price with 10 TV Family Value Day. We'll see you at the fair.
A public service message from 10 TV.
Drugs are the enemy. Fight hard. Hang tough.
Kids everywhere love ice cream, but do you know how to make it? KNN reporter Sarah Thompson went to Utica, Ohio to find out. Everybody loves ice cream. It was created in 62 AD. Now that's a long time ago. So what's your favorite flavor? Strawberry. Chocolate. Orange sherbet. Mine's cookie dough. But how is it made? Milk and honey. I have absolutely no idea. Well, to find out how the professionals made it, KNN went to the Velvet Ice Cream Company in Utica, Ohio. Velvet can make over 2,000 gallons of ice cream an hour, but instead, the 50 flavors are made in small batches to make sure it tastes its best. So what goes into the delicious batches? Mike Dagger, Vice President of Velvet Ice Cream Company, gave us a tour of the plant where they make the Velvet ice cream you can find all across Ohio and other surrounding states. How do you make ice cream here at Velvet?
Sarah, the first thing we do is start with fresh ingredients. We start with milk, cream, sugar, and natural flavors. And it's all mixed, pasteurized, and homogenized here in Utica at this plant, and fast frozen and delivered to the grocery store or restaurants.
Velvet Ice Cream Company is in the old symbolic Ye Olde Mill, and it has a museum of ice cream history and, of course, an ice cream parlor. The museum is full of all kinds of cool stuff, like an old ice cream scooper and a freezer. I bet one of the best parts of your job is coming up with new flavors. How do you do that?
Well, that is the fun part about my job, and we do that almost a year ahead of time, where during the year I sample all kinds of flavors, and from my suppliers. I have people that sell me flavors and fresh fruits and nuts, and they help me come up with some ideas, but it's up to us to put them together.
Well, knowing how to make ice cream isn't nearly as important as eating it. Reporting for the Kids News Network, I'm Sarah Thompson.
We're just about out of time. Be sure to call the Kids line at 1-800-KNN-KIDS and let us know if you think the government should make it harder for kids to buy cigarettes. And now, let's go back to Ohio State Fair one last time. See you later.
We haven't mentioned what it costs to get into the fair yet. It's $3 for kids ages 5 through 12 and $6 for kids who are 13 years old and over. Now, if you want to ride rides all day on the Midway, you have to buy a wristband that costs $11.
The fair is open until midnight tonight and 11 p.m. throughout the week. And believe me, there's plenty to keep you busy here. And we found a kid who is doing exactly that.
Hi, what's your name?
Bobby Homage.
And how old are you, Bobby?
8.
And where are you from?
Cleveland.
And what have you been doing at the fair today?
Buying baseball cards.
Anything else?
No.
You going to go on any of the rides?
Yeah.
Like all of them?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, thanks a lot, Bobby. Hey, thank you for tuning in.
That's about all the time we have this morning. So reporting live from the Ohio State Fair, I'm Caitlin Hay.
And I'm Dana Kroll. Have a great weekend.
For the latest